Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Steve Weagle. We are tracking Hurricane Dorian, now a powerful Category 5 hurricane with winds up over 180 miles an hour, 185 in the last advisory, and wind gusts over 200 miles an hour. It's moving over very popular vacation areas, resort out islands of the Bahamas, Marsh Harbor, Hopetown, Elbow, Green Turtle, the Abacos, just beautiful areas, and video and photos coming in show widespread destruction in this area, and it is still passing through that area right now. In fact, the eye wall, the northern eye wall, moving over Green Turtle Key right now. It's about 170 miles off the coast of South Florida, and the forecast track takes it into Grand Bahama, running down the spine pretty much of Grand Bahama on Monday, tonight through Monday, as a Category 5. The latest, the winds at just an incredible 185 miles an hour. The pressure is down to 910. We are approaching a record pressures for this hurricane, and it is the strongest hurricane ever recorded to move through the northwest Bahamas. It's slowed down a little, moving west at 7 now, and is expected still to make a turn. But this is not a very far distance from South Florida, so we have hurricane watch in effect for our area and tropical storm warnings. And whenever there's a hurricane watch, if you have shutters, you want to prepare your house, get your shutters up if they're not already up. And if you took your shutters down because you felt the hurricane was not going to come, put them back up, because this is a very serious situation. It does have that north turn still, but it's close enough to South Florida that we will get into tropical storm force winds and potentially hurricane force winds here. And there's still some uncertainty as to the future track, because the error cone stretches across almost our entire viewing area. I'll go back and show it to you here once again. Here's a look at that track. So 175 tonight. We're at 165. That is tomorrow morning, and then we see this slow turn toward the northwest, and you can see just about all of our viewing area is now back in the error cone of this storm. So any track a little to the west or to the south, we are in some dangerously strong winds here, damaging winds, and that is why, if you have shutters or you haven't prepared, do it now, because you have just a short window left to do this before the storm is on our doorstep. The computer model track's still turning it northwest and up the coast. Some of the models making a landfall around the Cape. That would be a first for a major hurricane to make a landfall north of Stewart. It's never happened, at least not in recorded history. And watches and warnings now. Hurricane watch for our area, tropical storm warning, and you can see a multitude of warnings and watches back to the west too. Here's the wind field. It comes very close to our area, South Florida, and we will see feel the tropical storm force winds. So those are power outages. Those are tree branches down, potentially some larger trees. The ground is saturated, so it won't take much wind to topple some larger trees. And if we get into these stronger winds, then we're looking at structural damage happening from the hurricane. So get ready now. We're going to have a new forecast track coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. You won't want to miss that. And of course, full coverage and a breakdown of what we can expect here once again.